here's Brody Brazil.
In this video, I'm going to try and translate what happened today in Salt Lake City as Utah fans got to meet their brand new NHL team. And quite honestly, how often do you see this in sports where a bunch of players and their coaches and the staff, they fly in on the airplane and they're officially in town. And what's crazy about this, the Delta airplane just landed. They pull the stairs up to it. They have some staff members get on board with those big boxes. You know what's in those big boxes? Hoodies and shirts that say NHL Utah established 2024. Obviously, those players, they had none of that coming from Arizona, but they were prepped in Salt Lake City. Players got to meet with a bunch of school kids. I assume they got the day off. They were inside this airplane hangar, signing autographs, getting cheered on. You can see the signs. There was a lot of enthusiasm and encouragement. And if you're the Smith family, you understand what this means for these players to have some type of reception like this. It could have gone a lot more silent. They could have got off the plane, hopped on a bus, went straight to the arena. But to immediately have groups of kids in large amounts like that right at the airport, in retrospect, that was very well done. Now, I should also warn you, if you are an Arizona Coyotes fan and you've started watching this video, watching the rest of it, it seems like it's going to be tough because this has all happened so quickly. This is it. These are the players that you watched, that you cheered for, that you rooted for, and now they are literally making roots in a brand new home in the state of Utah. So this goes on for quite some time. In just a second, I have another video which shows more of the fan reception and reaction. There's one of those hoodies right there that says Utah established 2024. All right, so that's enough of that video. Now we'll start to get into some of the news reports from Salt Lake City.
Thanks for being here. I'm Cher Park. We're going to begin with that big party happening today to welcome Utah's new NHL team to Salt Lake City.
By the way, what happened today was the team flew in, they got that reception, and then later on, they headed to the Delta Center for a sold-out event. They got to literally meet their fan base in kind of not a one-on-one interaction, but they were interviewed. They got to introduce themselves all in front of the home crowd. Again, and what they said was a sold-out Delta Center.
Anticipation is building both in and around the Delta Center. News specialist Kara Bracken joins us live with the team's arrival just a few hours ago, a short time ago. A lot of excitement, Kara.
News specialist. No longer are there TV reporters. Now we're news specialists.
Hey, Cher, yeah, we are so excited to see everyone who is showing up to this big celebration for the NHL officially touching down here in Utah. We were talking lines of fans that was wrapping basically around the building, several hundred that were showing up for today. Now, that said, they are going to be continuing that party over at the Delta Center later today, but we want to tell you that Utah youth hockey players, fans, and the community, they all showed up right here with their local team jerseys.
There you go. There's the shot of the team literally getting off the airplane. In sports, like I said, how often do you see something like that? Because even when there is an expansion franchise, yeah, not all the players arrive all at once with their gear and maybe some family members. But literally today, the team just kind of showed up as they are.
Or NHL jerseys on, there were signs and lots of cheering, including what seemed to be a crowd favorite for the hockey team's name. We heard over and over, Utah Yeti.
I got to admit, of all things, that's one of my favorite too. It's untouched. I don't know that there's a minor league team with that name. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, but Blizzard, Venom, Outlaws, I think those names already exist elsewhere in professional sports. And I actually think it should just be called the Utah Yeti, not Yetis, plural, like Yeti singular. But man, the brand Yeti, you know, like my cooler, my drinks, I wonder if they're going to have something to say about that.
A lot of these fans are missing school today so they could come out, watch history being made, and their own big dreams really starting to take shape right in their backyard.
And you know what? This is a day that those kids will be talking about for decades to come. I mean, they're old enough to remember this day, to know what's happening, to comprehend it, to understand it. They haven't fully realized the magnitude of it yet. But my point is, those kids will remember the day their parents took them to the airport to watch the brand new hockey team fly in. And I got to say, of all the things that have been distasteful about this process and Arizona losing a team and how it all played out in the end, I mean, that is kind of a cool factor, totally detached from what happened in Arizona, that people got to witness their new team walking right off the plane, just like that.
For me, it means that hockey's gonna be more popular in Utah.
Oh yeah, it definitely will be.
This is just the start to a big day for the hockey community as the celebration keeps on going. I did ask a lot of the fans if they wanted to play in the NHL one day, and they, of course, said yes. Now this is fuel to the fire with Utah being a hockey state. Shara, back to you.
Exciting to see them back here, or to see them here in Utah. Of course, we want them to have a warm welcome. So fun. All those fans turning out. Kara, thank you very much.
And it's just also so interesting. This team doesn't have an official name or logo or identity. They're just called the NHL has arrived in Utah. And you'll notice, by the way, nobody calling it Salt Lake. That was one of the provisions, I think, to get the public funding for both baseball and for the NBA and the NHL arena, the $900 million, is that all the teams have to be called Utah, even though they'll play in Salt Lake City. All right, let's move on to the next report here.
All right, welcome back inside the Delta Center. Things are starting to get a little bit more serious now. They're
By the way, this is the event that they ultimately went to later in the day.
cranking the music up just a little bit louder. They're playing NHL highlights here on the big screen at the Delta Center, and the seats, they are starting to fill up. Yes, I know there are free hot dogs out here. Yes, I know it's an excuse to get out of work a little early and come down here, but one thing is abundantly clear. Utahns are ready for some NHL hockey, for some...
I mean, and look at the crowd in the background, and I realize those seats in the front on the surface there, is that ice or is it just the white paint on where the ice goes? But I mean, look at the crowd already showing up. I don't know what the place holds in that configuration or how many seats are out there, but you can tell there's a large contingent of people there. That's a very good sign.
Professional hockey here. Let's go ahead and set the scene for you a little bit right here. You can see the ice rink is set up, and there's a bunch of chairs down on the main level right there, down on the ice rink, and then up on the stage. That's where some players...
Hey, there's Connor McDavid.
The coach, the general manager are expected to come out. Now remember, this is a team that just relocated here from Arizona. The players and the coaches and the front office staff got really their first taste of Utah. Ryan and Ashley Smith, the new owners of this hockey team, they said that they wanted Utah to show up and give these players and these coaches a very warm welcome here to Utah. And I think by looking at this, and again, this hasn't even started yet, doesn't really kick off for another little while, the seats are filling up, and I think that the new ownership group here has achieved their goal of getting these players an atmosphere like they haven't seen over the last couple years in Arizona.
Well, and that's not their fault. It's the situation in Arizona.
With all the troubles that they had. So we're going to be here throughout the afternoon, this fan experience, as the players are going to be coming out here in just a few minutes.
I think the words are warm welcome. I mean, that's what this entire day, it seems like, through the coverage, has been a very warm welcome by the state of Utah to the new players. Now, at one point of this session, this event, whatever it was called at the Delta Center, they did some player interviews. They interviewed the general manager, the head coach of the former Arizona Coyotes, and then they passed around the microphone to players individually so that they could get up there and introduce themselves and watch how this one played out.
How we doing, guys?
Whoa.
Let's go! My name's Liam O'Brien. You guys can call me Spicy Tuna. And I cannot wait to get this place buzzing. Let's go!
I mean, you had to know that was going to go over well, right? Hashtag spicy tuna. Why isn't that trending already on social media? Can you imagine having to go next after that? Well.
One more fun.
Yeah.
Let's get one more spicy tuna here. Come on.
They love their spicy tuna in the Beehive State.
This is truly incredible, guys. It's awesome to be here. Can't wait to play for all of you guys in this October. Awesome. Thank you. I'm
Don't forget to introduce yourself.
Juuso Välimäki, defenseman from Finland. So,
yeah. I mean, isn't that amazing? Like I said, these are things you never, ever see before in sports. A team that's just walking up to a podium and saying, hey, I'm your new defenseman. Nice to meet you. Can't wait to play for you. You just never see stuff like this, obviously. Up next.
hi y'all, what's up? I just want to thank you all for coming out and for that great welcome we got here. It's something really special that I've never really seen before. But thank you very much.
Everybody forgetting to introduce themselves.
I'm JJ Moser. I'm a defenseman, and I'm from Switzerland.
Hi, I'm Brody Brazil. I'll be your pregame show host. Nice to meet you.
How are we doing, Utah?
And this went on and on and on, by the way. I'm only going to play you a short sample of it, but I found this so fascinating that it's just players coming into a new city and introducing themselves, and how many of the fans actually, I mean, honestly, maybe they started paying attention to the Coyotes near the end when they had some suspicion that they might be actually relocating, but, this really is an introduction. It's a true introduction.
You guys are amazing. Couldn't thank you more for showing out, and we look forward to showing out for you guys in October. I'm Barrett Hayden from Peterborough, Ontario, and I'm a forward.
There you go. So like I said, that goes on and on and on. Okay, and then Ryan and Ashley Smith eventually, they took the podium before the players did, so they made these comments.
My goodness, we love Utah so much.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Things have gone quite well for the Smith family in Salt Lake City.
So much. We're super passionate about this state, and this is why. This fan support is epic. It is electrifying in here. Thank you for coming, showing up today, and thank you to this incredible team, these players who are moving their lives, who are doing hard things to come get a Stanley Cup in Utah.
I mean, I like the way that was presented right there, to understand that even for the players, and yeah, this is exciting today, but they're uprooting whatever they were doing, everything they were doing. They're trying something new. This may not go 100% perfect to plan next year, but for that to be recognized, I thought was very cool. And again, this is a family right here that is spending $1.3 billion plus. That's just to buy the team and move the team. How about all the setup and a practice facility and all the extra costs and expenses at first, right? I think over time it's going to handsomely pay back. But this is quite the leap to already own the Jazz and to double down and own an NHL team as well.
We're so excited. We're so excited.
And I know most of you watching might say, well, that's what billionaires do. But I'm just saying that it's still a lot of money for people to commit to buying a team, doing all of this for, in a lot of ways, the enjoyment of others, the benefit of others. Yes, it is a business. They are going to make some money off it, but it is still a large investment by this family, and it's a leap of faith by the family.
We are very passionate about the experience of sports in Utah and about unifying around sports and around hockey. We are so excited to take the energy of the Jazz and multiply it and create an even better fan experience in this arena. And we are just full of gratitude and excitement and energy to come watch these players give their all on this ice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. This is going to be an incredible ride. We're going to make history, and we want to do it all together.
And can I just say, if you are the owner of the Utah Jazz, like Ashley and Ryan Smith are, those are the perfect color pants to own. I would own those pants, or at least that color, if I owned the Utah Jazz.
How we feeling tonight?
Pretty good if you're in Salt Lake.
So first, let me just get some thank yous. My partners, please stand up. Sweeney, Bracha, Chad, stand up. These are our partners in SCG. They're some of the best business folks in the world, and they're not from Utah, but they bet on Utah every single day.
That's a pretty cool, recognition right there. If those are the immediate people surrounding the Smith group and the Smith family, and for Ryan to just shout them out like that at the very beginning, and to also say they're not from here, but they work here and they do their thing here, that's a pretty cool way to start this.
And thank you. Will, Lowry, JC, thanks for making everyone feel welcome. This is one group, and SEG is one group. So thank you to the Jazz for helping out. Everyone here that's new, part of our NHL group, I'll just tell you one thing. Utah shows up. You're seeing that here.
Jazz are way out of playoff contention this year, right? Like, they're not in it, so for some employees, they were like, oh, big, wide-open summer. Don't have to do anything until probably September. Can you imagine working for the Utah Jazz this summer? Like, your entire project is getting this hockey team settled and squared away. They have literally nothing. Logo, name, sponsorships. There is a lot of work to be done, like, very quickly.
And this is just the beginning. Like, it's going to get bigger and better. So, couple things. First of all, none of this happens without you.
Sorry, I had to. Well, in fairness, the taxpayers are committing $900 million to Delta Center upgrades and renovations and all that stuff. So that is true.
The NHL chose you all. And I hope everyone feels that.
See, I'm gonna just push back lightly on that, in a sense that the NHL had the perfect opportunity with the Smith Group and the arena and the fact that they wanted to buy the team and they were willing to do this on a quick turn, and geographically it worked for the division. The Coyotes didn't have to mess up the divisional alignment of the NHL. So in so many ways, like, this was a perfect fit. What if Quebec City happened to be where Salt Lake City actually is? I mean, you understand what I'm saying here. The NHL is happy with the market. They eventually probably wanted to be in Salt Lake City, but the situation could not have happened. I'll just give the Smith Group credit. The situation absolutely could not have happened like this if it weren't for them able to grab this team, and some would say poach this team, as ready and able as they were to do that.
This team this year is going to wear Utah on our sweater.
Now, is that official? Wait, is that no team name? Now, like I said, we understand that there's no Salt Lake for any team. It's Utah everything, but does he mean there's no team name?
But it's going to be for Utah, by Utah, because everyone here is going to name this club.
Oh, so we are getting a name, but there's not one yet.
So this is a community asset. It's a community team, and everyone's going to have a part of it. We have 29,000 people who have pre-registered for season tickets.
Wow.
Let's not stop.
By the way, people say, well, how would you do that if there's only like 14,000 total seats right now in that building for hockey? Well, obviously not every season ticket package is a full season ticket package, but it goes to show you and say that there may not be game-by-game tickets to even buy. They might go season tickets all the way to the top. Seems like it.
We want to make sure that every single person in Utah gets a taste of hockey. And that's super important. So, with that, thank you. Have fun. This is a moment we're all going to remember forever. And it's just the beginning. So, with that, roll the video.
And then a video played. Well, I'll roll this video. Now, this was going back to the arrival. This is kind of some sights and sounds of when the team literally got off the plane and the first things that they saw in Salt Lake City. Nice mullets. Those hoodies, by the way, Utah established 2024, those are going to be such collector's items someday when there's already a team name and they've been around for a while. And it's like, remember when there wasn't even a name for this team?
This is just like a really big deal.
You're right.
Season ticket.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hockey. You gotta love it. Hockey's the best.
You gotta love kids doing sound bites.
I'm excited to see him win the next Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Go Utah! Let's go! Let's go, Utah!
Hey, buddy, wait in line behind the San Jose Sharks, okay? You got some years to go before you get a chance at this. You got to wait at least 30 years, all right?
My kids are like, they want the Outlaws to be the name.
Utah
Oh.
Yetis.
There you go.
Diamonds.
Black Diamonds, huh? Wait a second. Does that say, I don't give a crap about school? Don't let your teacher see that. Was that a kitty face right there? Let me go back. I love kid signs too. I really do. All right, so there you go, the sights and sounds. Do I have any more? Oh, yeah. This report is a beauty. Watch this.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock, we have been out here at this entrance, and let me tell you, thousands of people were lined up waiting to get in. Some of them waited since midnight the night before, but you can see trickling down here as everyone is excited to get inside for the action. I found some 2 hockey fans here. This jersey.
Here we go. Now, wait a second. This is kind of like dancing on the grave. To be wearing a Coyotes jersey to the Utah Welcome to NHL or NHL Welcome to Utah like ceremony thing. Ooh.
Might look familiar.
Ooh. I don't know how I feel about this. There better be a great explanation. By the way, what are you doing over there, Ovi?
Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Coyotes, okay. And
Oh, Arizona.
over here we got Capitals. So guys, what excites you most?
Oh, he's doing the eagle. Okay, I didn't know what was going on there.
About NHL coming to Utah.
Well, honestly, hockey's been a part of my life since I was basically a baby. I grew up close to the Caps practice facility, and I have been waiting to live in a city with a hockey team for about 10 years. And
I'm going to guess, if I'm just doing age here, this person might have grown up like their whole lives with Ovi on the Caps. I'm just saying.
Now we have it.
Yeah,
we have
baby.
it. Exciting. Okay, and so for you.
I'm still, I'm laughing, but I'm still, now when I see the Desert Dogs here, I don't know how to feel about that.
You're willing to give up the Phoenix Coyotes and switch the jersey.
Well, I guess they don't even technically exist right now, and there's no assurance that they might ever exist again.
Absolutely. I grew up my first 10 years of my life in Arizona, went to Coyotes games. That's kind of how I became a fan of that. But honestly, I live in Salt Lake. I don't go to Coyotes games.
Well, yeah, I mean yeah.
And guess what? Now I get to go to some NHL because I don't even have to change a team name because I
No, you do, because they've changed their name.
was Coyotes. Now I'm going Utah. Honestly, I'm just stoked because we're going to show that NHL is going to thrive here. So.
Absolutely. Well,
They absolutely probably will. Okay, I think this is the footage from before, yeah. So I'll kind of play this out a little bit as I kind of just close out the video here. What a situation. What a day for Salt Lake City. What an event for sporting history. Again, you don't really see something like that very often where a team comes in and meets their fans. Hi, team. Hi, fans. Nice to meet both of you. But I think that the biggest takeaway from all of this is how much work absolutely has to get done and the time crunch that everybody's under. We're at the end of April, May, June, July. By August, there better be a lot of things lined up and ready to go because training camp starts in September. And at that point, there's really no turning back. So, like I said, a historic day for the NHL in Utah. You made it here to the end of the video. Thumbs up down below because I appreciate that. That'll help me, this channel, and the video. And by the way, if you've never seen me before, I'm actually happy about that. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you come back. The way to do that is to go down there and hit that subscribe button so I can definitely see you back here next time.